Well, let's get down to business tonight, everybody. We got some business to attend to. We also got some show to play a little bit later on tonight after missing out on it yesterday because this team decided to go on a playoff run all the way to Game 7 of the NLCS, where we lost to the Cubs. Not too happy about that. Not too happy about that. Kind of know what changes might need to be made with this team. We'll get there. We'll get there. Eventually. Like I said, I'm not quitting until the job's done. As it looks like Detroit's about to do it, and they do. The Tigers win the 2033 World Series in 6 games over Chicago. So a big season for them, led by relievers Mason Miller, David Koufax. They don't even have that, again, they don't even have that strong of a team. It feels NHL-like, Hawks, what's going on? It feels NHL-like, Pete Alonso. Son of a bitch. Freaking Cooper Bowman at second. Lombard, oh good, former Cardinal, George Lombard. I mean, I'm guessing Bo Bichette and Rene Baroa were in. McGonigal, they got a lot of shortstops. But dude, if Brendan Donovan, yes, there's a Bobby Orr. If Brendan Donovan was starting, Max Clark, god damn. It does feel a bit NHL-like, where you don't necessarily... the super team doesn't necessarily give you the better chance of winning, really. Bo Bichette, World Series MVP for Detroit. Postseason MVPs, Joe Calderon and Mark Rudy. Your AL MVP, Colton Cowser. Well, the person who really wanted me to pick up Colton Cowser is about to be taking a victory lap. So, fair play. And Brian Reynolds has just been bouncing between teams. Jesus Christ. Pittsburgh, New York. Okay, not really. Last couple years. NL MVP. Oh my God. Finalist Chunky Harris. In a season where he fucking regressed. Make it make sense. 24 years old, finishes 3rd in MVP voting, and regressed in rating. Make it make sense, please. Make it make sense. The only positive is that, as we've seen, higher ratings don't mean shit. That's the only positive. Higher ratings don't mean shit anyway. But I, seriously, man. Seriously. I'm taking screenshots of this. I am taking screenshots of this. And, I don't know. I don't even know what the hell I'm going to do with them. I just want them so I can bring them up at a later time. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't understand how he regresses finishing 3rd in MVP voting, but okay. Your AL Cy Young winner, Ken Copeland, for the 4th straight year, I think, over Alfredo Machado and Henry Franco. Again, it's going to keep giving him that award because of the ungodly amount of strikeouts. And NL Cy Young, son of a bitch. Roki Sasaki and Bob Henley finished runners-up to Paul Skeens. Honestly, I have no idea how Roki's there, aside from the fact that he got 19 wins, a 4.15 ERA. Get the hell out of here. No, you were just an innings eater. And then he was terrible in the playoffs. AL batting title. Well, congratulations to Cleveland, but Ruben Bridges in particular. And NL-wise, Brian Humphreys, Alonso finished 3rd. A lot of runner-up in awards this year, which you would expect to happen when we win 105 games. But still, still. AL reliever of the year, Mason Miller. Cannot disagree with that. Although there is an argument for Coleman Lloyd. And your NL reliever of the year for the second year in a row, Chris Karowski. Good old Chris Karowski. Had a very up and down postseason. Been watching you too much. I went to a college softball game and I kept saying plus 10 minus points for catcher blocks and such. Same with hard contact. It's just built in. You can see into the matrix now, Marsteller. You can see the numbers behind the scenes. Tyler Black, the wrestler, ended up winning AL Rookie of the Year for the Blue Jays. Okay. And your NL Rookie of the Year, Joey Matlock. Hey, look, it's Jake Smoke. A lot of people really wanted me to draft, and maybe I should have. But, I mean, we took Guerrero instead, right? So. Hank Aaron Awards, Gunnar Henderson, Dwight Simons. Do we have any Gold Glove winners? Forrest Fleming finished second at second base. Alonso finished third in left. Jackson Holiday wins the center field Gold Glove. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right. Well, to the offseason we go. I don't know what the approach should necessarily be. Josh Hader's got Ricky Vaughn. Not the Wild Thing. Oh, what are we going to do without the Wild Thing? Lindor's gone. Devin Williams. Richard Chew. All right. Zach Gallen. Hall of Famers. Okay, we do have some Hall of Famers this year. Mookie Betts. Francisco Lindor. And Manny Machado. Boo. Boo. But, yeah, 3 Hall of Famers. I wish it would show their WAR total. And I wish you could just outright click on the player card to look at their career stats one more time. I really do wish you could do that. But you can't. Also, you need to be able to see the Hall of Fame at any time. But. All right. Staff carries over. That's fine. Free agent negotiations. We're going to let go of Luther Fagan. The guy's 30, so he's going to start getting worse. He was pretty rough in the playoffs, too. Jonah Heim was a rental. Tristan Casas was a rental. Chapman and McMahon were rentals. Hernandez was a rental. And nobody to worry about. However, Herrera's heading into the last year of his deal. I'd still like to think he can do well. But man, was he not reliable in the playoffs. He really struggled in the playoffs. We do have Kevin Kaiser that's going to take over as the backup. Can I trade? Let me mark down Leonardo Bernal. It's time to trade Sasaki. I'm very much going to look into trading Sasaki. Because again, I hate to say it, but this game has some NHL-like tendencies where just because someone's higher rated doesn't mean that they're going to be the best players. Which kind of sucks. You know? At least for me, because we built a freaking super team and it didn't matter. So Herrera's going to stay for the moment, but he might not be long for the team. We still have this log jam of talent at second base, but I'm not getting rid of anybody yet. Rodriguez is up to an 82. That's fine. Merrill's down to a fucking 81. I don't get it. I'm going to take a screenshot of that too. I don't get it. I do not understand the player regression. Not one bit. Take a screenshot of some of those stats there too, just for my future reference. We might trade him, we might not. It's not going to be immediate. I don't think there's anybody else we necessarily have to get rid of right now. So, at the very least, can I get something for Bernal, who we know we're not bringing back? 25 being a 70. 20 being a 67 from the Yankees. 18A and a 59 from the Rays. Let's see. 18A and a 59. Can anybody top that? Also, how the hell is a backup catcher fetching A-grade prospects? I'm sorry. It is absurd that I am about to be able to trade a 30-year-old backup caliber catcher for an A-grade prospect. And that was kind of what we came down to. The decision that was made the other day is just the only way I'm really going to be able to enjoy franchise this year is just to not trade. Because I'm sorry, like, that's crazy. Does that team desperately need a catcher? We will check. I'm going to take another screenshot really quickly. We're going to take this trade, and then we'll see what the Rays situation is at catcher. They have a 25-year-old catcher and a 19-year-old. Granted, he's a D. They also have this guy in the system. No, they absolutely did not need a catcher. In the slightest. Not in the slightest did they need a catcher. Not at all. So yeah, man, that's tough. That's tough. But hey, whatever. No rules in this run. I'll take advantage of it. I don't care. I do not care. But yeah, I'm definitely not doing any other series this year with trades on. No shot. Even the streamer versus chat trades will be off, I promise. At least AI versus AI trades. We might leave the nuclear option available to blow up our teams once per run. But yeah, no, we're blowing it up because that's brutal. That is brutal. All right, let's take a look here. First and foremost, Rule 5 eligible. What's the last one? Oh, boy. This could be rough. Okay, I don't care if we lose Tebow, Miller, Monasterio, Davidson. Don't want to lose Pedro Rincon, if I can help it. Don't want to lose Jesus Gonzalez, if I can help it. Yeah, Monasterio was what he was. I mean, Mark Valley just kind of is what he is. So was Torrero. Brandon Ramirez at catcher. Whitley. Definitely can't lose Nathan. Let's get Wes Jordan. So yeah, like if we lose Blanton or Fritz or Thorman, whatever. Let's get Beckett Whiteley. I'm surprised I have this many spots. Very surprised I have this many spots on the 40-man. Yeah, pretty much anybody with a B potential, except for Valley, if we lose him, whatever. We'll end up protecting those guys. That's pretty straightforward. If it helps, the Mavs gave up Doncic for pennies on the dollar. It doesn't, and I've used that as an example before, right? Because, yes, it's true. Bad trades absolutely happen. But the only way that can really be justified in the realm of this game is if every team had a GM with letter grades attached to how good they were at something versus how bad they might be at something, right? I would totally be okay if we could see that Arizona's GM was great at signing players to cheaper contracts than they're worth, but his trading grade is a D. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, that bad trade happened because that guy's dumb, right? And then there would be that positive and negative towards negotiating with certain teams because other GMs might be smarter in terms of trading and might demand more from you for their guys. I'd be perfectly okay with that. But with the way the system works right now, I think it's inexcusable. Just me, at the very least. Again, I will not tell anybody to not enjoy the game or don't, if that doesn't ruin the game for you, awesome. Don't let it. It does affect my feelings on the game, though. But trust me, I'd love that because then you could have essentially RPG elements with your own custom GM where you have to decide as the user, do I want to spec into a skill tree that helps me sign players for cheaper, that helps me get bigger returns on trades, stuff like that, as long as the AI GMs have the same thing. So anyway, can you tell we've had that rant before? So I do totally agree. Bad trades happen, but there's justifications for it outside of the game that makes sense, but inside of the game, it's just kind of a cop-out. It's either the current system that's here just isn't good enough and isn't fleshed out enough, or that's it, because really that's the answer. I hate to say it, but like that's the answer. That is the situation that we're dealing with here. So, all right. Is there anybody else that it makes sense to get rid of? Anything else? I mean, like Ronald Acevedo's not going to make it, but I might as well keep him. I got 6 catchers. First base, Dino Beltran. I might be able to trade him for something. Maybe. But it's not looking good. You know? It's not looking good. I'm going to mark him down as someone to consider trading rather than just releasing. Would I call my job hard? No, dude. I sit in a chair and play video games and people throw money at my face. It's fucking stupid, but I'm happy it exists. Don't get me wrong. Like there are challenges in terms of keeping yourself motivated and consistently. Like I put it this way, I do not grind content creation as much as I could. You know, I'd get even more out of this if I did. But like, no, dude, this is fucking. Why the hell do you think I'm still doing this? This is stupid and great. This is stupid and great. As someone who has worked normal jobs, like, there's a reason why I'm like, let's try this, see if anything happens out of it. But also at the same time, it's like, well, we're going to go back to one of those normal jobs eventually. That'll be fun. And it will be. It'll be a great time. All right. So we do have some veterans that we can get rid of. Nobody too crazy. As I said, we'll check to see if there's a deal for Dino Beltran. Some of these other guys aren't that far behind. Mark Valley might be worth something. Pascal Ferreras, I mean, he could be traded, but we might as well just keep him. Same with Honeycutt. I guess I gotta wait to see what some of these guys are going to be worth or going to be asking for the contract-wise. Yeah, Marcel, you're good. No worries. Yeah, I think for some of these guys, it's more going to come down to are they worth anything. Yeah, Valley, Newcomb, Lopez, yeah, whatever. If we lose those guys, it's fine. You'll stop doing this. I mean, I presume eventually I will, because it won't be, you know, at least to like the extent that I do it. Like eventually it won't be like financially feasible. But, you know, until that happens, I'm good to go. I don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon, but that is not up to me. That is 100% up to the community that we have here. You guys say, you know, we're kind of done with you. Go away. I'm going to have to go away. But somehow you haven't done that yet, and I don't know how. Christ, it's been years at this point already. How hasn't it happened yet? How hasn't it happened yet? Oh, Honeycutt's going to have to get traded. That is too much money for a backup. All right, we have our next target. Let's hope that doesn't happen for a long time. I mean, look, dude, I've said it before. If the whole Twitch, YouTube, all that fun stuff stopped for me tomorrow, it was a 100% worthwhile venture for me. Are you kidding me? It's been nuts. Like, I've just like, I would have been playing these games anyway. I've met some ridiculous people. Like, it's, you know, it's been worth it. I've been very lucky. It's been very worth it. We're writing the eulogy already. It's coming. This conversation doesn't happen Until it's right before the end. I'm only done with you during that putrid gamer player. Hey, NHL's okay. NHL's okay. It's an okay game. All right, let's see. Dino Beltran. Vance Honeycutt. What can we get for you two? Oh, let's see. 21B and a 70. Jesus Christ, really? I mean, I guess it's at least a half-decent shortstop, but damn. 21B and a 70. Oh, my God. Why? The type of shortstop you could sign in any... Literally the type of shortstop you could sign at any given time in any free agent pool, but you're going to give them up to make sure that you get this one. It's brutal. Taking another screenshot. 19A and a 61 from the Red Sox. 19A and a 61. But Ender, don't worry. Even if I do eventually... Oh my God. 21A and a 71. Jesus. Hold on. 21A and a 71 from the Royals. Jesus. Jesus. 21A and a 71. Let me go through this. Anybody else? 21A and a 71 is the move from the Royals. There we go. We got reliever Robert Fitzgerald. Shout out to Lucky Ace for the primer. Welcome in. Thank you so much for that. There you go, Ender. I'm just a little bit further in the door to stay around. You know, Honeycutt will be World Series MVP. Oh, for sure. Ender, I was gonna say though, don't worry, you'll always be the pizza boy in my heart. You know. All right. Let's see. So arbitration, we were good. Only thing we gotta do now is. Oh, here I'll put the image back up. There you go. The thumbnail for this series on the YouTube side. While I sit here and just hit renew contract a bunch of times, and I mean you can literally see. I'm pasty white enough, but you can literally see the white lights flashing on my goddamn glasses. So I'll spare you the trauma and the blinding nature. Marsteller, that's fair. The NHL system is it's repetitive with a lot of those options. It's very repetitive with a lot of those options being so bogged down in the conversation system. It's a nice system. It just takes way too long to do anything, to interact with everything. So, nothing to do left is give up the toad. Give up the toad now. Gotta give it up. Give up the toad now. 'Cause you see, it hurts to pee. You get chills all through your body. Too much RPG for mini merchants. I mean, RPG elements are great. It's just like literally, I've been enjoying NHL, and pretty much all I've heard people say about it is like the conversations take too long and they bore the shit out of me, which isn't great because I already had a decent portion of my audience be like, look, man, some of the shit takes too long to go through as it is. So it's not great that they have now added another element like that takes even longer. It has absolutely driven some people away. Because those people aren't great at hitting the fast forward button for a couple of seconds, but that's okay. I understand. Skipping through stuff that other people might want to see. I get it. It's fine. I don't judge. I judge immensely. Fucking call me Judy. All right, I just have the starting pitchers left, and then we're good. And then we are good. Oh, God, get out of here with this woke liberal nonsense. Oh, let's... yeah, sure, that'll work. What happened? Watching things on 2x speed is a talent. Dude, there's some people that can do that with like podcasts and stuff. I'm honestly kind of jealous. I'm kind of jealous. Not only do you judge, but you Aaron Judge. I don't like Aaron Judge. I prefer Arson Judge. It's a real shame that whole Arson Judge thing didn't happen right about now with what's been going on in the U.S. especially. The memes would be outstanding. But, all right. We have renewed everybody. We got other offers out there. 40-man's good. Let's check one more time what the roster currently looks like. Catcher-wise, we should be okay to run Kaiser and Herrera. We will go for a catcher if there is if there's like this immensely talented younger player. First base, Aldo Herrera isn't there yet, but we do need a backup first baseman, a DH. Infield's going to be weird with the likes of Fleming, Jacobson, Tulibitz, Rodriguez, Merrill. I mean, we're pretty much looking at like those type of Uber-only players and not the delivery service. In left, we have Alonso. So we don't need a left fielder. We got Jackson Holiday in center field, fresh off of winning a Gold Glove. Carnitz and Hawley are both ready to go as well. Does it hurt your Twitch numbers if I'm spamming fast forward at times? No. Not that I know of, at least. I mean, just the fact that, you know, Twitch... I'm not sure even how successful, like, Twitch VODs are in the first place, because most people do just end up putting out that content elsewhere on, like, YouTube or TikTok, and then people typically watch it there. And then Jeff Ullman in right. I prefer my left players. There you go. Starters. If there's an Uber starter, we go for him. Same with reliever / closer. And again, there is a chance we could deal Roki Sasaki. The Mets have lost control of Dwight Simons. Roki Sasaki's getting traded, so we can afford this guy. Wow. He will also be the perfect player to watch over the next couple of seasons. There's been a lot of discussion on the topic of, in terms of players regressing, is it more down to service time over their age? When we see Dwight Simons get to year 9, year 10, year 9, he'll still be 29. If he's starting to regress before he's 30, it's absolutely tied to service time. That said, we could keep an eye on that anyway. But yeah, he is the top target. Well, let's just see who else is out there really quickly. At catcher, Agustin Ramirez, Corey Lee, Dylan Dingler. Nobody crazy, so we don't have to worry about that. We do need a backup first baseman / DH. We could go for Casas again. There's also Bryce Eldridge, Spencer Torkelson, Michael Bush, Jose Miranda. I mean, there's a couple of decent options. There's a couple. Obviously, we cannot focus solely on Casas. Bryce Eldridge is a phenomenal fielder, though. God damn. Like, he really, really should be a third baseman. Like, he'd be a Gold Glove third baseman. Problem is, he's 29. So, like, Casas, Torque, and Michael Bush are the primary players we'll look at there. Second base, Travis Bazana. We also got Christian Campbell, Angel Martinez, Angel Martinez. Nobody that we're going to go for, though. They're too old. Although apparently Bazana at age 31 is getting better. Despite only having a 766 OPS, which I was told is apparently terrible, at least judging by the decline of Jackson Merrill. I don't understand. I think we can officially say, I do not understand. But I'm not going to go for him. It's too risky. Third base, Austin Riley, Isaac Paredes. Is worth noting Bazana does have an A potential, though. Maybe that's the difference. In which case, it is only worth going after A potential guys if you can get them. Curious why they do the ranking. First baseman to the 76 ahead of the guy to 78. I don't know. And another example there with Garcia being an 83. No idea. Because it's not solely based off of attributes. So I don't know. Again, third base was only if there's like this uber talented player, in which case we're fine. Shout out to Brett Beatty, though. And then shortstops, yep, nobody that we need there either. Cool. Cool. So Simons is the top target, no doubt about it. Probably going to be the only target to start. Center field, Young-Hoo Lee, Justin Crawford, and Colton Cowser, Owen Casey, and Wright. Dude named Solomon Rosas as well. Carnage, what's up, dude? How are you? Then for the relievers, Mason Miller, but he's 35. Fagan, of course, we had signed last year. There is Donnie English, who I had traded last year. So yeah, no doubt. Like, there's some other players I don't mind. We're all in on Dwight Simons. All in. So let's go left field, first base, and closer. And Simons is a switch hitting left fielder. In which case, if I just do left-handed, right-handed, I should be fine, right? In theory. Just because I don't know what it's going... I mean, it should recognize contact, but I need to do, yeah, left-handed, right-handed. Okay, priority... Okay, cool. It does talk about Simons. I didn't realize it did that. So no matter what, we can get a +1 boost. So an extra 2% a week. Not bad. We're going all in for that guy. Because of that, I mean, God, Sasaki was nearly Cy Young winner. $69 million available. Sasaki has been awful. Thoughts on the emergence of Christian Dvorak as an elite offensive threat? I had no idea because I haven't been paying attention. I had no idea. I know Montreal's doing decently. But in terms of why, no idea. I just know that people got mad at Jay Fresh about Nick Suzuki yesterday. That's all I know. Clear up a left field spot. Yeah, I'm probably going to move Alonso over to the right. I just want to make sure we have enough money. I don't know how to feel about the new free agency in this game. I personally like it a lot. I understand why people would be somewhat off-put by it, though. I mean, again, Sasaki's declining. Of course he is. Of course, Merrill has gotten significantly worse. I just need to make sure we have the funds to do it. But we do have $70 million available. We should be fine. Marsteller, I did, and I actually forgot to. I'll have to take a look. All right. Let's, shits and giggles. Let's put Alonso in right. Just to try and be more appealing here. But I do have the money to sign him without moving anybody else, which is nice. Okay. Let's take a look here. Don't need Luther Fagan. 62% motivation to sign, which is fantastic. We can give him that first competitive offer. He's what, 25? So 9 years. Try to go the fewest amount of years possible. But then we up the money to $47 million a year. Although, honestly, if we just give him... We know we'll be able to trade the contract, so... Fuck it. 13 years, $47 million a year. Let's just try to get the deal done. We'll deal with the consequences later. This signing will include a competitive balance tax. The tax will be deducted from your off-season budget. Okay. Well, as long as I can still send the deal, I have no problem. No problem with that. Not at all. Marsteller, I have clicked the link, by the way. I'll check it out shortly. Wish I got paid $47 million a year to stand in the field, right? Luther Fagan's on his way to Seattle. Dude, I swear to God, Seattle spends so much money. All the time. All the time they spend the money. Good on them. Good on them. Come on. Give us the big man. Give us the Mets miracle pick. We spent a whole lot of money to do it, but Dwight Simons is a Cardinal. Hell yes. We went all in immediately. That is a player that we want. Travis Bazzana, second round with the Cardinals there, 4-year deal for him. Mason Miller goes to the Cubs on a 2-year deal. So there goes the one reliever I might have wanted to get. And of course, we get the big Dwight Simons deal. So outside of that, there really wasn't anybody that I wanted aside from a backup first baseman, which we can handle later, pretty much in spring training. For now, our roster's good. The important thing is Dwight Simons is here. And, God, if we can't win a World Series with this guy. 4-time All-Star, 2-time Gold Glover, 4-time Silver Slugger. Switch hitting as well. Like, come on, man. Come on. So arbitration. Actually, how much money do we have? 14 million available. We have just enough money to sign Bob Henley. And then we're cooked for now financially. But that's okay because we know certain players are going to get traded. So, goal right now, get the spring training. Drew Gilbert from the Mets to the Diamondbacks for a so-so center fielder and a somewhat promising starter. That's not a bad trade, actually. That's not a bad one. The rare, not-so-bad trade. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. The rare, hey, that wasn't so bad type of trade. Colton Cowser on his way to Cowtown. 3-year deal, $25 million with the Giants. Christian Campbell goes back to the Red Sox for 3 years at $16 million. Cade Smith to the Mets. I mean, they had plenty of money to spend after I took away their best player. And yeah, we're still going to have to wait for Bob Henley, which is okay. Chase Dollar Bill Dollander on his way to Texas for the year. Kyle Harrison traded to the Guardians for Mitch Parker, Tim Sonnenberg, and Robert Street. Street's a C potential. Sonnenberg's a C potential. Parker's a B potential, and he's 34. Again, one of my primary assessments here is that what the game has set to be considered a major league player seems to be too low. And maybe it's just my NHL brain going to work here, but it really does feel like if they viewed low-end major league players as being like a 75 overall as opposed to a 70, that we wouldn't be getting some of these trades that are a little bit more concerning. So that's another another kind of way to look at it, at least from my perspective. Mackenzie Gore off to Atlanta for 3 years. Shout out to Duwinkle. Mason Miller. Does nobody want this boy? What are we doing? The Reds get him from the Phillies for a cup of coffee. And then the Reds trade him to Atlanta for Garrett Crochet at 34 and Colt Keith, who at least can replace him. Oh my God. Josh Dooley, the fucking... Fuck it, trade for him. I know, I should at this point. My God. My God. He's getting passed around more than Pete Davidson. Jesus. All right. Well, the 2033 draft lottery is here. We obviously have no shot of doing what we need to do, so we'll see who ends up winning the lottery. Not letting him get into the real estate market. That's true. That is true. As the Giants and Mets are the big winners, especially the Mets moving up 9 positions. Today's big loser, the Athletics. That's what you get for leaving Oakland, you bitches. Porter Hodge on his way to the Blue Jays. As the Brewers offer us a trade, I'm going to say no for now because I got more than enough to set up. Rule 5 draft, can't imagine that we'll take anybody. And, yeah, we already have a full 40, man. Doesn't look like we're going to lose anybody either. Cool. Cool. Well, like I said then, we are on our way. Dylan Cruz traded to Miami for Theo Gillen. And why? Colby Fields sucks. Theo Gillen's fine. Cap dump. It's the only reason. They wanted to get rid of the salary that he was making, the $29 million. It's the only thing that makes sense. I mean, he wasn't amazing for them last year, but it's like literally traded him for filler. That's it. Roberto Perez dealt 1-for-1 for William Cabrera. So Perez, 23 A and a 75 as a closer for 21. I said I was going to finish this franchise mode, but Jesus Christ, I don't know how many more of these garbage-ass AI trades I can bear to look at. Holy fuck. Like, seriously. 1-for-1. Cabrera, 21C and a 72 for a 23A and a 75. Starters are overvalued. High-end prospects are not valued highly enough. And again, you can't really justify it with, well, bad trades happen in real life because every AI GM is the same because there's nothing quantifiable to be like, oh, actually, he's got a C in trading, like we were talking about. Holy, man. Holy. I don't want to turn trades off in this particular series because we've already gone as many years as we have with trading on. Oh, God, here we go. Oh, here we go. 27A and a 79 for 21C and a 77. That one's not as bad as the other one, at least. That one's not as bad as the other one. I'll give him that. But again, the amount of trades that are like, what the fuck are they doing? It's just far too much. It's like everyone's the manager of the fucking, or the GM of the Dallas Mavericks. I can take one or two of them. Bob Henley gets $12 million for the year, which is fine. We have the money to pay him. That brings us to sweet, beautiful spring training. Sweet, beautiful spring training. We didn't lose any scouts, so I'm happy with that. Although, if we could replace Derek Bright, he's got that super high efficiency. We go down to about the 102s. No, thank you. That guy's a little bit better. Let's go with him. There we go. All right, let's take a look at this team then, shall we? So it is going to be Herrera and Kaiser at catcher for now. We'll send Bonilla down to AAA. We'll put Ramirez in AA to be the AA starter, which means Acevedo goes to triple and Bill Gallo goes to double. Long-term project is one Bill Gallo. So I'm giving Herrera another chance because the contact is still ridiculous, but he's towards the end. We do need to double check as well certain fielding and stuff like that. So let's see if we can do that really quickly. Did it get worse farther into the mode? Fish, elaborate. Elaborate. So again, Chunky would be a left fielder, right fielder, but he's too slow. Herrera, same thing. Portillo. Perez? I think Henry Perez we could potentially look at as a corner outfielder. Just because we have a log jam of first base talents. McDaniel's too slow to play the outfield, and then Swift is fast, but he has no gloves. So that's fine. That is fine. Coco, what's going on, dude? I'll showcase what I was talking about yesterday if you want me to in just a few minutes here. Dwight Simons we might have to consider for center field. See what happens. I at least want to look at him there. Kevin Black is good where he is. Pedro Rincon. I'd love for him to be an outfielder. He's still... I mean, he's not bad. It's just his arm is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But I guess we'll fight through it. Again, Perez is fine. Roush is fine. Sanchez is fine, I guess. And all of them at least have, like, above 24 speed. So... honestly, some of these guys, though... how are the cards looking? Okay, but it's kind of, as I've been saying to others, Coco, it's kind of NHL-like. The better you make your team, it feels like the worse they are. At least come playoff time. Few of trades currently 2-year offseason. The ones I've gotten in my save haven't been nearly as egregious as some of the trades I've seen in your stream. They save the best for the streamers, you know? Excuse me. They save the best for the streamers. What can I say? Dr. Coffee, 3 months on the primer. Thank you so much for that. Welcome back. Welcome, welcome. How the heck are you? And thank you for the continued support. Kevin Black, you could kind of argue. I want to take a look at this guy as a second baseman. Take a look at him as a second baseman. We got a couple of guys who are close, but not quite there. Honestly, let's take a look. We got a lot of dudes who could be in the mix at second base here. A lot of them. It's Roush and Sanchez that I want to take a look at as well as potential infielders instead of outfielders. Let's see. What we're dealing with. American Cardinals, Contreras, and Arenado. Or Contreras and Greater Minnesota for Byron Bucks. I mean, again, like I've seen plenty of examples like people have shared elsewhere about what they've been seeing as well. I wish these wacky trades were exclusive to me. That does not appear to be the case. Even Alonso, we're going to take a look at. Second base here, just to see what he's capable of. Ullman. Honestly, Ullman, too. There's a good chance he ends up coming back. You know what? Let's just leave him there. Yeah, there's enough sub-60 players that that is about the best we can do. So we do go to second base. Again, a lot of people in the mix. So, Rincon, you are going back to the outfield, buddy. We'll deal with you in a minute. Old Tim Tebow. Damn right. He's not going anywhere. No matter how bad he is, and he is terrible, he's not going anywhere. Roush back in the outfield. It was worth taking a look. Yeah, we have so many people in the mix for second baseman. It's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. So, Tulabits. Gonna take a look at him at shortstop. Of course, he was great in the playoffs for us. Got a feeling he's going back to second because he just doesn't have a good arm. You know? It's the shame of the situation. Chester Jacobson as well. Ideally, with his fielding ability, I'd love to put him at shortstop. Fleming, if he had any sort of an arm, this guy would be a center fielder. You know, with the pace that he has. And then Alonso, honestly, isn't a bad fit for second base. He's really not. Third base, we have Rodriguez. Honestly, we could consider as an outfielder as well. And the only other guy was Ferreras, who will pop over to second for now. Again, worth double-checking this just to see, you know, who's developed, who hasn't. And if there's really anything that can be done in terms of trying to balance the team a bit better. For the shortstops, let's see, the 60 speed, 70-60 for Jacobson, that's fine. 70-60 for Merrill. Tulabits, again, outstanding fielder. So was Acuna. Juan Bin Cho, let's move you over to second. See what we're dealing with from there. And Dwayne Nair. I don't remember where the hell we got this guy, but shortstop as well. Okay. So last but not least, it is the potential center fielders. The potential center fielders. And yeah, so far everybody fits the bill, which is obviously too many people, so we're going to have to start dropping people down the order. So we have a choice for who plays center field. I mean, Jackson Holliday was a Gold Glover in this position last year. Kind of tough to move him back to the infield, you know? How'd the playoffs go? We lost in the NLCS in 7 games to the Cubs. So a bit of a heartbreak at the end. So yeah, Fleming 61 and a 49. Fleming just does not. He does not. He does not have the arm to be a center fielder. He just doesn't. Honestly, there's an argument about guys like Hawley and Karnitz as well. Yeah. Kind of, that's unfortunate, but also it feels like you were kind of playing with fire a little bit, you know? Kind of feels like you were playing with fire a little bit. All right. Karnitz. You're going to shortstop temporarily. John Hawley. You are also going to be looked at as an infielder because your arm's not strong enough. My road to the show, I got drafted by my favorite team, the Nationals, in the 5th round. Do I go to college since it's new, or do I go to my team? If I'm not mistaken, I can't remember if after college, if your agent, again, asks you if there's any team you want to go to. I'd personally recommend the college experience. It's short, but it's fun. But, you know. Also, if you do the college thing, they do ask you again. Yeah, there you go. Go to college. Go to the best program you can, though. Take the bonus packs, not the development, is my recommendation. All right. Who the hell is playing center field this year? I don't know yet. You know what? We'll think about that in a minute. So it's shortstop. Fleming, again, just does not have the arm I want for a shortstop or a third baseman. He has to go back to second. It's the only spot I feel comfortable playing him in. Same for Jacobson as well, to be honest. Like, the arm strength just is not enough to be trusted at third or short. And I imagine it's going to be, still the same for Tulibits. So we're going to have a pretty tough decision coming up in terms of who is playing where. Let me go back over to second. I mean, 61, 49, 64. I don't even have anything in the 70s. That's rough. That's rough. So we got Merrill. Shout out to fucking D'Lo Brown. Jesus. Got theme scared. God. What do we want to do? There's so many options. Is what I'm going to say. There's so many options. Again, Jackson Merrill could end up being traded. I'm going to say John Hawley doesn't quite have the arm I want for a third baseman or a shortstop either. So certainly not in center field. So yeah, there's a lot of people in the mix at second base right now. The Merrill and Carnets are both kind of fine where they are. He's 30 now. He's a liability in this game. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Like Hawley's probably like the closest. Probably. Having the arm strength that I want, like, and the speed for a shortstop. Joe's not terrible. We might be able to move him back. Okay. Bauer, we've been running it for a little bit. The start is up. I think the first 2 episodes are up right now. God, what are we gonna do from here? We're going to lose so many. We're in a rough spot, though. It's a good team, but man, we're in a rough spot.